What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly astrology forecast for the week of August 23rd through the 29th of 2021. Brian Scarborough here. Gonna go for this round two. Give it one more shot. I'll just edit the first part out since I messed up and didn't hit the mic. I had no idea. So thanks for letting me go. Like what? How long did I record for? I don't know. Long enough without anybody calling me. Oh my gosh. Well, Uranus just went retrograde. We're bound to slip up a little bit with technology right now. All right. I guess back to the beginning, and I'll just cut all the rest out since it didn't help anybody out. All right. Well, guess what? It's Virgo season. So, you know what? We better start paying attention to the details and like make sure you either turn your mic on when you start going live or have everything set up right at least. So we're definitely going to have to start getting critical about the things that we're trying to do in our life, because if we're not paying attention, we're going to notice that these changes that are showing up in this world are going to blindside us. We're going to see Mercury very strong here, of course, in Virgo, but it's going to oppose Neptune this week. So talk about illusion, talk about delusion. People are going to think they're a little crazy, and that could go both ways. But I would bet that anybody that's been North Node Geminiing it pretty hard and looking at all sorts of information from all different sources, as much as, because there's so much information, you got to take in a lot. You got to diversify that information to find truth right now. If you're just getting it from one thing, it doesn't matter what side, it doesn't matter anything, like you're not getting enough information. There's no such thing as too much information right now. Of course, one side will tell you that that's not true. So that kind of, I don't know, it doesn't go with the astrology, so I tend to think that's more of a dark side. I'm just going to be completely honest. Those beliefs, they're strong out there. But it's that information. So if you've been North Node Geminiing through these times, if you've been making those changes, we're coming, we haven't even had the full moon yet, of course. That's tonight into tomorrow morning. But we are seeing where we have to make a release and a change for the connection and for love and for beauty and the strength and courage. And like this is a big week. This is a big test. I mean, not only that, we're going to see the sun square the nodes this week, and even wilder than just that part of the year where we get that sort of fated time is that we're going to see the third quarter square of the moon on the North Node in Gemini for that square of the nodes from the sun. So we get a third quarter square on the North Node. Like, this is information overload, and it's going to have people either spelled or it's going to have people like seeing pretty clearly about how to find happiness and regalness with the sun coming into Virgo to start on Regulus, the fixed star, the heart of the lion. Your courage, your love, how to be a leader. So are you leading yourself into a direction using the information that's shown up in your life that's going to make things better or not? Like, I know that information's crazy. Like, I live in California, and, they're going to start implementing the passport next month. So that's very strange. Like, I'm definitely not going to participate in that experiment. So I have to see what's going to go on with my town. I live in a pretty cool town. I don't think it's going to get affected, but I can't live in that belief, right? If information presents itself, I got to figure out some way to pivot. So we're all at a place of like extreme pivots, extreme change, being able to be extremely mutable with the sun here in Virgo, hypercritical, get things in order, fix things, pay attention. We definitely have to have a lot of attention to the detail in life right now. We can't just get lost in something. You got to stay focused. The more you stay focused this week, the better it's going to be to make good decisions for yourself. And Venus and Saturn are trining as I speak. They're going to be breaking off of that. Venus is trining the North Node. There are powerful decisions for connection, for beauty, love, romance, a lot of things, values. There's really good connection that we can, make a smart choice for ourselves, really like own a position and own, this is going to be better. I'm going to do that because that brings my life into the balance I want to see. And that's great. There's really some positive aspects going on for sure. Of course, we're going to see Venus kind of get to the midpoint and try in the midpoint of Saturn and Jupiter this week. So there's definitely like there's good doorways we can open up in life, but this is where we can't be afraid to like make the change and walk through the doorway. If we're just going to stand in purgatory or stand on this precipice in life and just sit at the door, like I don't know, I feel like somebody's going to open the door into your face. Pow. Like that's not going to feel very good. And that's what it's going to feel like with Mercury and Neptune in opposition. It's going to feel like we're getting punched in the face by the media with something. We're on the precipice. And intuitively I feel that way, but even the astrology is like these are fated times, which is crazy because yeah, like you could say that all times are fated times, but if you go back a few years in time, like you'd probably go through life pretty like routine, do your thing. All of a sudden a fated moment would hit. Oh, okay. Like we're in like fated moment after fated moment after fated moment. Nothing's been the same after January 12th, 2020. I think we can all agree on that. Like literally nothing. We could try and hold on to what was, but it's not the same. So we don't want to. We got to ditch that. We're on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius. We're ready to jump ship. We got to go, but we can't like dilly-daddle around. And that's one thing that Virgo's going to help with is there's no like dilly-daddling around. It's like we got to get the work done. We got to pick the harvest. We got to get ready for winter. Got to get ready for fall. And literally we have to get ready for fall. Like fall, this Libra season, guess what? That's fall position for the sun. That's detriment position for Mars. They're both going to be there. They're going to square Pluto. And that's right when in Helio, Saturn and Uranus are going to make their first and only Helio square that we've already seen twice in the Geo, and we're going to see a third one in December. Like, what? Like, our two defining energies in the fall are going to be square the transformative death and rebirth planet of Pluto? We better get our shit together like this Virgo season, for real. There's things that we got to pay attention to, and I'm not trying to push fear. I'm not trying to scare anybody. But this is that time. Like we got to do the things that are going to make you happy. Do the things that are going to set you up. Get ready for the change. It's mutable times. We're getting ready for the nodes to change next year, the calendar year, in January. That's going to be a trip in itself. That's dealing with finances, big time, with Taurus and Scorpio. It's dealing with fear, with the South Node in Scorpio, death. Also with Pluto being one of the dispositors for that, finishing up in Capricorn, we're going to start to really see the death of institutions. We can already see them crumbling, but they're going to try and hold on too. They're going to try their best, but it's not going to be pretty. It's going to have people scared, more scared than probably we've seen up to this point. But we don't have to be scared. That's the thing. That's the change. That's the connection. That's the life. That's the jump. That's the switch. We all have a choice. I think most of us here are in that and jumping into that place. So I don't feel like I need to preach that much, but it's real right now. We got Mars, Mercury. They met up in Virgo. The sun's now in Virgo. Venus just finished up recently in Virgo. Like everything's going to feel really real here. Like it's heavy. Like we got to do something, and we got to, harvest what is beautiful and pure for ourselves and make those changes and leave the rest, leave the stuff that, if there was some fruit or something in the field or something and it was, gross or rotted, like you're not going to pick that and put it with your good stuff. Like you're not, leave it, throw it on the ground, get rid of it. Like just take the good stuff with you right now. And I think that that's one of the most positive messages as we're in this time of great change and a lot of information and a lot of propaganda we're going to start to see. And we haven't even seen all the propaganda yet. Just wait until Jupiter and Neptune get together next year with a South Node in Scorpio. So we're there. Like we're prepping. This is good prep time, which is interesting because if, you can start to see inflation and stuff and weird stuff with all of that, like again, don't want to fearmonger and stuff, but maybe prepping a little bit of food wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Like, I don't want to, again, not trying to scare anybody, but it might be just good to have a little something. It's Virgo season. I mean, that literally is what Virgo is. It's the harvest. So, you know, I'm not even saying that just to say it. Like, that's astrologically what this would be a good time for. Save up for the fall and the winter. Get your harvest, get your goods together for certain things that you might need to stay happy or to stay in peace and beauty, within your own life and to stay pure. It's wild. It's wild times. We're going to start to see change quick, fast, in a hurry. And we're going to see Venus oppose Chiron. That's going to be, that's going to bring up wounds between relationships for sure. That's going to bring up some vulnerable spots within people and the reflection that we see in people and what we're receiving back. Like Venus, right, of course, does look like a mirror if you held it up. So, we're going to see a lot within people and like what reflection they're giving us, and is it the reflection we want to see, or is it just bringing up wounds? Yeah, if it's bringing up wounds, maybe we should deal with those within ourselves. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person is the problem. Maybe we need to deal with those things on our own. That's probably most likely, but we have to do something about those things. And I don't think we want to like, hold some sort of guilt with all the Virgo energy or beat ourselves up too much or, tear ourselves down or tear other people down, but let's change some things. Let's be mutable. And we are going to see, of course, Mercury trine Pluto this week as well. So yeah, there's definitely a lot the mind's going through. It's almost like if you can get through the propaganda or you can get through the crazy illusions that are going on in this world, like you're going to go into the transformation of like destiny with Pluto and Capricorn, like for sure. Like you're going to see past all the illusion into the structure of the top of the things that you understand and want to make happen and connect to and build in this life. So there's definitely beauty right now, but Pluto's a wrecking ball, and Pluto's about to make the return to the United States next year, February 22nd, 2022, with the nodes shifting. Even just Pluto at the end of Capricorn is just tearing structures apart. Like Pluto brings, straight up destruction and ends things when it finishes up in signs. It's not like pretty. It can bring beauty afterwards in the birth. There's always birth after death, but so we gotta like, we don't want to just ride that ship till it's too late. We gotta, jump ship for the beauty and the connection that we want in life now, and pack it all up and get it all ready for where we're going. So we're definitely harvesting beauty, harvesting a lot of big ideals and things that we can try to figure out. I had such a good flow going in the other one, and now I'm like, what did I say from the last one that I haven't said in this one? Or am I just repeating myself already from the two? Bummer. I'll get it right next time. Um, it is the final week of Mercury in Virgo. So it is this final week with this very strong Mercury with the North Node in Gemini. We can make extremely powerful, practical changes right now that are cutting through bullshit, that are, you know, cleaning things up in the right way for where we want to go. And I think it's important too, as we're going to see that Mercury quincunx Jupiter coming off of the opposition to Neptune. So we're dealing with these two very like trippy and illusionary planets of Jupiter and Neptune, both rulers of Pisces. And, you know, an opposition and a quincunx, very strange. Like we really have to be super sharp and see through the big illusion. And that's going to be easy for a lot of people. So I don't even need to like drill that in, because at this point, I would say, especially with as the nodes get closer to leaving a sign, I think the North Node becomes more like seen. So I think more people are North Node Geminiing than South Node Sagging, where it wasn't that case for this whole transit. Like there's definitely still some South Node Sag stuff going on, but a lot of people are finally looking at information and, you know, diversifying it and taking it from all over the place and being like, whoa, okay, I need to make some decisions. Venus is going to trine the midpoint of Saturn and Jupiter this week. And I think that that's important too because we've seen so much in Aquarius. We've seen so much, with that. There's of course a lot of these doorways we can open up. There's a lot of awesome gifts in life that we can take advantage of. But again, smart decisions, smart choices to open up the right doors that are an energetic match, going in that direction and not holding on to a sinking ship. Like, if there's something sinking in life, like, don't, just toss it, get off, bye. Like, we can tinker and try and fix and experiment on things all we want, but Jupiter's not doing us any favors in Aquarius with the South Node in Sag. Like, that's the belief that we can fix something that's sinking as it's sinking. Kind of like the Titanic, right? Like, not going to fix that one. Don't go down on that ship right now. So, it's wild. I would say that it's a powerful week, Sun square the nodes with the moon on the North Node in Gemini for the third quarter square. That's a fated moment to really purify and harvest the life that you want. That's going to bring you the love. We're still finishing up the lunation, of course, 3 of them, 3 lunations in Aquarius and Leo, but the new moon, of course, that was in Leo, we're still in that lunation. And this is going to be that third quarter square of really harvesting the right information to make the right smart decisions and be very practical and very analytical and to the point and hit all the right buttons in life so that you can put on the show that you need to live the happiness that's going to be something. Cuz it's just like we're in hyper speed for change right now. It's wild. So, yeah, I really messed up on the first part of this, so I'm so like lost that I think that's all I got because I don't know where I was before. But I'm gonna pull a card and just say that like this is such a like change week. It's such a mutable week. It's a purification week. We've already seen the reflection of the connections that are going to make our heart happy. It's like, how long are we going to hold on to those things before we actually jump and go into the new? And like harvest those things and those goods. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I definitely did in the first part that I did where I didn't have the mic on, but like fall position, right, for the sun is Libra, which is going to be the next sign that we come into after Virgo season here. And Mars is going to be there. That's detriment for Mars. So our 2 defining energies are going to be at fall and detriment. And they're going to square Pluto, and that's when we're going to see the Helio square from Saturn and Uranus, literally at the exact same time that we're seeing the square to Pluto. And like this fall is going to be gnarly. We're already seeing the weirdness kick up right now. So it's like, if you got to make a change, make a change. And I know I've been saying make a change for a long time. But like, I don't think it wasn't for a reason. So maybe I'm sounding like a broken record. But it's important. And we're a month away from Mercury retrograde. So this is the last week we're going to see Mercury in Virgo, where it's going to be sharp and to the point if it can see through the illusions and see through the big oppositions. And then it's coming into Libra, where I think it's September, it's October 20, no, not October, September 24th, it goes retrograde. That's going to be retrograde everything pretty much, except for Mars and Venus, because it's going to be Mercury, Uranus, Chiron, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, and then Pluto's going to go direct in October 9th. So, yeah, it's crazy. And that Mercury retrograde that's coming up too is going to be in square to Pluto And then we see Venus go retrograde on December 19th in Capricorn on Pluto. Like everything's Pluto. It's everything's changing and getting rebirthed and transforming. So we have to transform and change with it and harvest the life that's going to be right for the transformation of beauty that we want to see. And that's why, the message keeps coming out the way it does, is because it's not always just focused on exactly what's happening now. I can't help but like the Aquarius moon in me and Venus, like I can't help but like want to tell people like there's a bunch of stuff coming in the future. But this is a great time to be practical and to make sure that you have everything turned on and to make sure that you're really switched on mentally and in it and laser focus for the happiness and the beauty in life so that you can see and make smart changes. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, this could feel like we're having, some of our greatest values and the things that make us feel the most stable and comfortable and nurtured and taken care of and taken away. We're literally seeing rights get taken away all over the country, all over the world. Like, are we going to give all of our rights away? No. We're going to harvest them up and take them where we need to go and change and move and make those changes. And I would hope that for anybody. Like if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do something. And I know that's going to piss people off because that's not the narrative out there and people follow that. But I don't care. Like, you got to be your own boss for your own values, for your own worth, for your own life, for the things that you want to have. And that's it. That's all. And it's not selfish. It's what you came here to do. So I love you all very much. I'm sorry I messed this up a little bit. I'm going to get better at live streams. I'm definitely transforming and evolving into this role. So I apologize for that. Thanks for sticking with me. Next time will be better. I might come on and do a show later tonight as well. Maybe tarot for the full moon or maybe sun risings. We'll see. But I'm sending you all my best. I hope you have a lovely week. Of course, I'll be here for the dailies and I'll have the charts and we'll hit all these days and we're going to get through it. We're definitely going to get through it. So I love you all so much. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend and have a beautiful week. And I will see you next time. Peace.